welcome to Jars to Table. We're going to do a family favourite here. There's two kind of alternatives to this meal because I've been doing this for about 30 years. I happen to have sausages, but this generally is done with bacon. Okay, so if you can kind of get your mind off the fact that these are sausages and pretend it's bacon, but I'll probably do that another day. But anyway, I've already put my spaghetti on here. That's going to be cooking, and my alarm is set for 15 minutes. So now, usually I've got bacon, fresh onion, all frying up with fresh bell peppers, but I don't have that. So we're going to be doing this instead. Now I've got some dried garlic. I'm putting that in here because this is not going to be wet for a bit and I want it to dehydrate. And as it's going in here, it doesn't really matter. But put in quite a bit of garlic. So we haven't got fresh peppers, so I'm having to use jars. I'm going to put the whole lot in. It's quite heavy on the peppers and I would prefer them fresh. That again, garlic, peppers and onions, and they're just going to be heating up here. Now usually these are cut in slivers. My store cupboard is so empty on vegetables, but I'm really going to make sure I'm okay this year because I've been growing enough bell peppers to last me for hopefully several years. Failing that, I'm going to just buy them. I'm going to be canning them, but I'm also going to be dehydrating them because I just love bell peppers and I feel really lost not having them in my recipes. I'm not a great fan of any seed oils, but as a last resort this is what I've got to do. So, smell-o-vision. I bet you can imagine this smells, it's beginning to smell anyway, all really nice. Right, these are huge sausages. This is actually a huge pan. But this is one of those recipes that you can actually use a lot of ingredients and save it for the next day because it tastes just as nice the next day. Right, we're going to be adding tomato passata, sorry. I'm going to put just some crushed chilies. Don't want to add too much, probably have added too much there really. And I want quite a bit of salt. We're also going to be adding, you don't have to do this, but whenever you do passata, I was always taught by my dad, you always have a heaped teaspoon of sugar. It just takes that kind of sometimes bitterness of the tomato away. Just a little bit more. Right, so the other thing, and this is quite important, my beef bone broth is also going to go in here, and the reason for it is because it's got liver in here as well, which I add to it and I liquidize because it gives it just a little bit of meatiness and it gives it a bit of body. But I've got to try and open it. Oh, I did it. Yum. Oh, that's good. Some of you guys don't probably like liver, but in the UK, for people of my generation, we were completely brought up with liver, and I'm getting, I think it's with the sheep and the pig. I get to keep the brains and everything, just all the internal organs if I want them, which I absolutely 100% are going to do, because it's filled with so much goodness. Right, so at this point I'm now going to add the passata, because the sausages are so huge and they need to cook all the way. I'm going to show you at some point my fresh version of this, because it is so nice and different to this, because it's all cooked slightly differently, and because of that the taste is better. But this will do for now. We have an inordinate amount of tomato pasta, of tomato puree. Oh, I'm going to be doing, I was thinking about this, I'm going to do a video on how to make chicken and beef powder, so that we can add it to dishes. Did I add pepper? I can't remember. Oh well, I'll add it in anyway. Handy tip. I always pack away ingredients as soon as I've put it in, I pack it away. And my kitchen always manages to stay fairly tidy when I'm cooking. I don't pack it away afterwards. I pack it during, because my dad always said, you know, because he was a chef, it was, you know, the kitchen always had to stay clean, work surfaces had to always stay clean. He was constantly wiping down the kitchen work surfaces, so it's kind of got me into a habit of doing that. So really what we're doing now is just really boiling this down and bringing it to some sort of thickness, but also kind of setting all those flavours. Oh, I think I'm going to add in a bit more cooked caramelised onion. Well, that took a hot minute. My sausages are so big, are really, really fat here, and I didn't dare kind of push this too quickly. But on the whole, what you're looking for is, like for instance, if I do this, look for the bottom of the pan. Oh, for a millisecond, did you see it? That's what we're looking for. We're not looking for it too thin, but we're not looking for it too thick either. It's just enough to where it'll be nice to mop this up with bread, and there you go, with bread and butter, if you're so inclined. Right, anyway, so this took me about another 20 minutes, and I put a cover on it because I didn't really fancy tomato everywhere. But we'll turn this off now, and we get our pasta, and we are going to not put all of it in, but we are going to put the majority of it, because I put loads, but I want to save this for tomorrow, and I don't really want to overcook the pasta. So that will stay there. This will warm up in the pasta, because it's still warm, the spaghetti, but it's going to really mop up all of that sauce. So now all I've got to do these are for my kids, so you could keep it on the boil if you wanted to. And the spaghetti is still warm. I'm just going to get it incorporated into the sauce. And now I'm going to dish up. Okay, so I've had to add more of this up because actually they were hungrier than I thought. But it's just a genuinely really lovely, meaty but tomatoey pasta dish. And right, so all I have to do now, and this is mine, is put a bit of some Parmesan cheese, and it is the most meatiest, loveliest pasta family favourite meal. Hope you enjoy, but do try, it's lovely. Bye!